All right, the inspiration for this video just came after I finished a call with the client. Um, this client, obviously, I'll not give you specifics, but the gist of what he shared with me, he wanted my advice, opinion, whatever, is his best friend, whom he has known from literally from childhood. His family knows his family. They both used to visit each other. They celebrated religious festivals together. His children played with his children. His wife knew his wife. He knew him. They used to stay together. They used to go to picnics, outings together. They had a successful, well to do business that was currently going through challenging times. They had both put sweat equity, they had put their money, they had put everything into this business. And lo and behold, one fine day, he found out that this guy has cleaned up most of the cash that was accessible to both of them. He issued checks. He basically cheated everyone, ran off with the money and his family. This one fine day, just voila, just vanished. And I can't give you the specific details, but now his this guy is left to pay all the debts because they both are partners, and he has to not only pay all the debts, he has to run the business, and now he's cheated of all the money that they put years and years of hard work for their retirement. And he, I mean, the intensity by which he was sharing this with me, it was so painful. It is someone he called brother. Okay. Now, here's a fact that you should keep in mind. The person who hurts you the most, the person who cheats you with the biggest amount possible, or the person who causes the maximum damage to you is never your enemy, is never the known enemy. It is the friend who is hiding, uh, like this, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The person you trust the most, the person you put down the guard, the person you believe, it is that person who can literally destroy your life. Over the years that I've been coaching and mentoring people or offering my suggestions, it has always been the best friend. It has always been the trusted partner. Either it can be a woman or man, it can be a spouse, it can be whomsoever, but they consider that person the best friend. And when they get cheated, it is the biggest shocker. Like I'll give you a few examples. I've written it down. One is, okay, his friend cheated him of the business. Another one is having an affair with their wife or the person that they love. Just imagine you're in love with a girl, and then you find out this girl and him cheated on you. Them being backstabbed. In fact, sometimes even when you hear that they leaked out your secrets or they stabbed you behind the back, it comes as a jolt because you put your guard down, you open your heart, your feelings, everything to them, and you never think that they will betray you. Uh, and I've seen this so many times, and the reason why sometimes it doesn't surprise me is because in my life, my own mother was the one who betrayed me, and I loved my mother the most. And here's a funny thing: she didn't do it once, she didn't do it 10 times, she did it throughout my life. But I kept convincing myself, no, she actually loves me, and I still believed it even after she betrayed me. My 2011 suicide video. I believed it even after that she truly loved me, but I had to wake up at some point. I mean, reality hits you. So in this video, I'll give you 5 more examples. I've made videos of this separately, but I thought today I'll summarize and give you 5 examples. And the point and purpose of sharing this with you is so that you don't trust a friend. You don't trust a friend, at least blindly. Or more importantly, you don't depend on a friend. Because I'll tell you this, when times are good, they'll always be there for you. But it's when times are bad, when you need them the most, sometimes you'll get betrayed. Now, I'm not trying to position, say, myself as a good guy and they are a bad guy or anything like that. It can be anything. It can be maybe they really can't help you. Maybe they don't have the capacity. Maybe they don't want to, or maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe you're a bad guy. Okay. But what I believe is if you give a word and you say something and you convince the person with your sweet words that you're going to be there for them, and then you're not there, that's wrong. And what we tend to do is when people give us these big promises, I'll always be there for you, always my friend, and you always believe that no matter what, when I have to put my head down and on something soft or a shoulder to cry on or someone who'll be there for me, it'll be this person. And when that day comes and this person is not there, the person says, "No, sorry," or they show their true colors. It hits you very bad. So these are the five examples. Listen to them and give me your thoughts. What do you think about them? Obviously, I've changed the names of these individuals because it's not right, okay, to reveal who they are. So let's call the first person. I'll give you the earliest one. The earliest one was let's say this guy's name was Francis. Those days, I was a young man who used to go to church in Sharjah in UAE, St. Michael's Church. So this guy, Francis, is to he was like assisting the priest always. Okay, he was always there, and Francis used to always tell me. He was a really big built guy. He had good muscles. He was, I think, in his 30s. I was hardly 14, 15. So he was in the 30s, well built. He had a family. He had a kid. But he always considered me as his friend, and I considered him as like an elder brother. And he knew my stepfather. He knew my stepfather was an asshole. He knew my mother was a terrible human being. So he used to always say, Loy, your parents, I feel like smacking them. I feel like this. I feel like that. And he used to always say, you need any help, you call me. If there's anyone troubling you, you tell me. Anything you need, you just tell me. So I always believed he was there for me. And whenever I would come to the church, I would meet him first. Okay. So I felt always cared for. He was not a very rich guy. But I always felt this is that brother who's there for me. As I grew up, you could say, I told you my age. So when I became a teenager, I did have moments of drama with my, stepfather. And it was during one of these moments that one day I decided, he told me, I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but he told me to get out of the house or something like that. And he put me on the road and I had no place to stay or sleep or whatever. So then I decided, okay, I don't need to give a fuck. I have this friend. Okay, I have this brother of mine who will always be there. And he had his accommodation, which was provided for by his workplace. And, I've been to his place. I walked out of the house. The church was, I think, around 3 kilometers away. We used to always go walking there. And, the UAE heat, it's killing. It's like 45 degrees plus. It's very hot. So after being sad and everything else, having gotten beaten up by my stepdad, I finally went to his place. And hey, Eloy, how are you? And everything. And then he saw my face was red and all that. I got slapped. And what happened? And I told him, and I said, yeah, if you can just let me sleep here, I'll just sleep, side of the room and you can just help me out, just a little bit of food or whatever. I didn't have a plan basically. Now, I just need a place to sleep. When you're a young teenager, you think, finished, I'm never going to go back. I just wanted some food to eat. I just wanted a place to stay and just wondering what is next. To my shock and surprise, this guy, who every time he used to tell me, I'm there for you, he was a really strong guy. He was really built. And I used to always think like he's the man. He'll always be there for me. I don't have to worry about anything. To my shock, he told me, no, Roy, you better make peace with your father. You be nice to him. And I was like I was totally confused. I was like, what are you trying to tell me? Yeah. Says, see, your father gives you a place to stay. He pays for education, pays for your food. He, gives you a place to sleep. So don't fight with him. I said, but I need just to stay for some time. And he totally embarrassed me and told me that, no, you can't stay here. Loy, you can't stay. I have, this is my place. I can't let anyone stay. You want something to eat, I'll give you, but you can't stay here. You can't be here. For a guy who used to literally give me hopes that he will always be there and I can come stay with him or whatever. I was so shocked because, I'm young. And then I just kept quiet. I said, okay, fine, it's okay. I don't want to eat. I just came. He said, do you want something to drink or do you want some money? I'll give you some money. Like, money in the sense enough to buy a cold drink. I said, no, no, nothing. And I went away. And ever say, obviously, afterwards, I had to sheepishly go back home and get insulted by my stepfather. And okay. But after that, whenever I used to meet him, he could not face me much, although he used to talk like normal. But I never trusted him again because I was like, you always gave me these sweet words. You always told me I was there for you, brother, this, that. But the minute I needed you, you just became a bloody coward. Yeah. I don't know whether he was getting another female to stay with him or whatever the shit was. But he gave me hope. And when I needed him, he just pulled the rug away from my legs. So that was one. The second one was, which happened very lately. Okay. Now, as you know, that I create YouTube content and I always try to make it better. So, as to speak to this guy, I speak to a couple of people who are there. Some people are in my WhatsApp group, some are not. So, this particular guy was not part of my WhatsApp groups, but he used to always, like, tell me about videos that I was making. Okay. And here's the funny thing. He used to always tell me, Law, I have this creative agency who can make your videos, you can make it production, who can make AI, will make your videos go viral, will make it this, will make it that. You want to make a great intro, you want to make a great outro. We can enhance your brand, and I have this contact. Law, you don't have to spend money. Listen, man, you just tell me once, I'll speak to my contact. So he was very much, the typical Indian guy who would promise you sun, moon, and stars. Okay, fine, everything great. And so you must have seen, no, my video intro changed. It was during that phase I got in touch with all the people that I knew to ask them, how can I enhance this? What can I do to make it better? What do I need to add? What do I need to remove? Can you introduce me to a designer, a video editor, or an agency? I just want to make some changes. Okay. Just an overall brand haul. And most of these guys who I knew were in this space, who used to tell me anytime you need, fine. This particular guy who, used to give me the best, the sweetest words possible. Oh, the agency, this, that. He used to give big names, Ogilvy and this and that, and big agencies will do and don't need to worry about the money, I will take care. So finally, I approached him. I said, here are the things you said, the agency, these are the things that I need. I asked him first, when you're free, we can talk. He said, fine. And I gave him the details of the concepts that I had and all that. And I said, can you introduce me to the agency? You said you have contacts in Ogilvy or, the big brands. And yeah, Loy, sure. Okay, fine. So I'm waiting. And I waited, like, how long does it take to introduce? So next day, oh, Loy, I totally forgot about it, bro. Don't worry, bro. I'll get it done. Okay. Waited 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Finally, because I have a deadline, I want to finish this fast, and everyone else has told me what they can or cannot do or finished. Finally, I tell this guy, see, listen, and very soon he starts showing me symptoms, which I know for a fact is he's bullshitting because before he used to answer my WhatsApp messages immediately. Now there was always a delay or he was not responding. Finally, when I realized I got convinced that this was bullshitting. I just told him, see, listen, there's no need for you to ignore my messages. You can just tell me if it can be done or can't be done. I totally understand. Or maybe your guy is busy. I would rather prefer honest communication only because we have this relationship, even though we're not best friends, whatever. And I didn't want anything for free. I'm ready to pay you. So if you can't, just say you can't. Or if you don't want, just say you don't want. Or if you're busy, I can understand. But I really appreciate so that we can bring this thing to a close. Finally, after he read that, he was like, hey, bro, this, that. And so I just waited to hear his side of the story. And long story short here, he just told me, oh, my contact is no longer working in that agency. And I tried the other people. Oh, they are not good. And with regards to this thing, oh, he'll go way overboard. I don't want to give you someone who will bullshit with your brand and all that. And just to be sure, I asked him, okay, can you give me the name of the contact in Ogilvy, that agency? No, bro, it's confidential. I said, what do you mean confidential? You and I talk to each other. No, no, I didn't ask him. So I knew that he was bullshitting. I just told him point blank. I told him, see, listen, I'm nearly 50 years old. Okay. You don't have to give me all this bullshit. Okay. You can just tell me that um, you were, you had all the good intentions. You were bragging a little bit, but, or you don't know. You can just say that. I'll appreciate that. You can just say that, oh, I thought I knew someone, maybe I don't know, or maybe it's not there, but don't tell me lies. I appreciate if you don't tell me lies. He didn't want to admit it. And finally, through my other contact, I managed to get the name of the agency, the specific one that he was talking about. And I gave him the list of names. And apparently, he realized that I caught his bluff. And so after that, I guess, for me, I don't keep in touch with it. I just said, no hard feelings with you, but I prefer not keeping in touch. I wish you all the best. Goodbye. And he was like, hey, no, bro, you're misunderstanding and all that. Yeah, for me, it was too late. So, this guy was really a sweet talker. He was very good in sweet talking. Oh, you come here, bro. You come to my house, sun, moon, and stars. I'll introduce you director of this company, director of that company. You'll get it. Don't spend a single penny. You come and stay in my house. Bullshit. Yeah. Just fart and gas. So, second one. So maybe the moral of the story here also is who gives you sweet talk, no? All this sweet, sugary talk. Don't buy and believe a word they say. Because they always want to overhype their value because they think that you'll treat them extra nice. The third one this one is short, sweet, but exceptionally embarrassing. This is a guy I know from my school days. Let's call him Tony. I don't want to give his real name. So the guy, we parted off ways when we were small kids. And I accidentally bumped into him ages, that is after I came to Thailand. So you can talk of nearly 20, 25 years. So after meeting him, he added me on Facebook and I checked his profile and he was a award winning guy in the creative space. He had movies, he had ads, he had production, he had everything, the whole 9 yards. He was into this creative world of fashion and this and that and hot girls. And if you look at him, you'll be like, this guy must be from Hollywood, that kind of red carpet, weird dressing and all that. So he called me and, nostalgia. So I picked up his call and he immediately, the bad vibes started because he started like as if, when you're petting a small little puppy dog and saying, oh, you're kuchiku, oh, you're nice. So he's like, Loy, how are you, my boy? I was like thinking, man, what the fuck? You're my age. What boy, So I told him, listen, stop being my father. Loy, listen, Loy. Like he wouldn't let me finish my sentence. Loy, listen. Take it easy. Okay. You're talking to his name, whatever, Tony. Okay. And Tony is there for you. Tony is there. Loy, you need anything, Loy. You need anything. You just take the phone and call me. Okay? You need anything. And like he wouldn't let me talk. If I would say, shush. Just shush. Need anything? You call me. So he started to get on my nerves. The first ever call. And immediately I told him, you're sure anything I want? Loy. You don't doubt my words. You want anything, you call me once. Tell me once. I'll get it done for you. Immediately, I told him, I need $10,000. Immediately, straight off the bat. I told him, I need $10,000 because business is down. So since he told me, you can give me anything I want or whatever, no questions asked, give me $10,000. Okay. I'll tell you, immediately he was like, huh? So I told him, yeah, 10,000. Sorry, lawyer. What? I couldn't get you. Like someone put cold water on his face with ice. So I said, yeah, you just told me. Ask whatever I need. I'm telling you what I need. Uh, Loy, our relationship is not monetary, man. Stop polluting our relationship. So then immediately asked him, then what the fuck were you telling me that, Loy, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. What, you're going to give me advice? You're going to guide me in life? I said, boss, you're my age. What the fuck are you talking? So he got offended. Immediately, we'll talk later, Loy. I have other things to do. All right. Bless you. Bless your family. God bless you. Okay, you take care. And just remember, you want anything? One call. Again, he repeated the same shit. I was like, I not only disconnected the call, I blocked and deleted him also. You're a fucking psycho. See, people now, they will talk all big, big. Say, if anyone says, you want, I'll give my life, I'll die for you, I'll jump in the this thing, just tell them, okay, do it and show me. Do it and show me now only. Catch them immediately. And I'll tell you, all their blah, 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 blah vanishes. He tried to act like he is Jesus Christ and he's going to change my life and I have to bow down and worship him. So be careful of such people also. The next one will shock you absolutely. You will not even believe that the next guy exists, but it's a fact. I've made this video already. It's buried somewhere in my 9,000 videos. Once again, very big story. I'll make it very short. I was in Dubai and I was working with all these brands. I used to get invited to all these premier events to speak on branding because I was a novelty, tattooed and all that. And I did TED Talks, TEDx. I That time it was prestigious. Now it's become a jackass clown buffoonery, event. That time TED Talks, TEDx Dubai was premier, and I featured in Coca Cola's viral ad and national television, and it was all big, big. So in that, I bumped into this guy in a kind of $1 million kind of club. All were rich. All the guys had Rolls Royce and super expensive luxury cars in a premium VIP event that was at World Trade Center. There is a invite only area at the top. You can't take the lift. You can't go just by yourself. Security has to approve you. Okay, so I went for that. They double check, check if you have any explosives or whatever. So, and you have to be invited by the main guy. Only then you can come. Your ID, passport, everything has to be scanned. Okay. So when I did a talk over there, it was not a great talk, honestly speaking. It was I was so overwhelmed. It was sadly one of the most embarrassing talks I gave because you're talking of an area where multi-millionaires are there, multi-millionaires, and I was so overwhelmed. I fucked it all up, and the guy who invited me even asked me like, "Why do you're so amazing outside? Why did you flop?" And then I told him I just got overwhelmed. My talk was a flop, basically. So anyway, but this guy, he was sitting with he was sitting with me on the table and he was very impressed with me. And next day he called me to his office, which was a tower. I'll not give the specifics because he is still known. It was a tower. He had literally purchased multiple floors. Like he even has property in Burj Khalifa and all that. And his office, he took me, oh my goodness, gold plated. And it was like, wow. It was like, I'll tell you, if you see that guy, the Indian guy, Balvinder Singh, if you see his house gold plated with a Bugatti inside his house and all that, something in those lines, it was amazing. His secretary was ultra hot and his monitor was so fucking big and LED. I don't know what all he had. Okay, it was crazy. He was living lap of luxury, and even the cold drinks that he gave me, it was prepared by a butler or whatever. It was like premium. So I was flattered because this is like wow. And you will not believe this, but he, even when he wanted to pick me up anywhere or take me anywhere, he would take me on his Rolls Royce. He loved to show off his Rolls Royce, and he would talk, 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 talk. And for me, because I was overwhelmed with all this, of course, I was like, he just wants my company or he just wants my suggestions, ideas. But for me to be with him and rub shoulders with whichever events he used to take me, it was like, wow. So he was up here, I was down here. That was the difference. But he appeared very sincere, he appeared very genuine. And thanking my stars that I had someone rich like him. Even during like barbecues and all that, he'd invite me. Okay, fine. So I thought here is a good friend whom I can always believe and trust and all that. I mean, a friend in the sense, at least a good acquaintance. And he used to always say, Loy, you will achieve greatness and we will work together. I have so many plans for you and blah, blah. He went on and this and that. Okay. But they say, life throws a curveball at you when you least expect. So I never took advantage of him because I knew that he's far more mature. He can see through things. So I never wanted to take advantage. He would always call me and give me patchy chocolates or, oof, it was crazy. So when I did get cheated off before coming to Thailand, and it was a very serious thing, I was really in need of cash because once people cheat you of the money or you lose your money and you have expenses to pay, and I was moving to Thailand, I needed whatever help I could get. And there were a lot of good individuals, good hearted individuals who gave me money in the sense, whatever, $100 or $50, whatever. I was just trying to chip in just to keep me afloat because I made a very big, grave mistake. Sometimes, no matter how smart you are, you can make one mistake that can mess up everything. So then I thought of this guy who always said that you need anything, you just call me. Okay. So remember, this is the same guy who used to pick me in his Rolls Royce or would send his driver to pick me up. Rolls Royce, whatever, Bentley, whatever, all the stuff he had. And he has his flows, and you can't just go and meet him. You have to obviously take permission, then his secretary, then, a couple of levels. Okay. So finally, I was like, okay, I'll just go ask him for whatever assistance he can. Okay. Because I'm going to Thailand. So I called him and, hey, Loy, my brother, and this and that. And I was like, explained the situation, got to the point, and he said, no, no, not an issue, Loy, not an issue. No problem at all. Just come and meet me. The tower, which I told you. So I was like, wow, okay, at least he's helping me. Whatever help he gives me, I'm happy with that. Went, drove, took the car which I borrowed from my friend, went all the way there. After I got down there, went to the tower, and people had known me because I used to always walk with him. So when I did go in, the security guy, big, huge African guys, they're there and they will completely just check, are you okay and all that. So when I did go there, they have that, enclosure where the security sit and look at their computer screens for this big tower. So when I was going there, I said, hi. He said, hi, Mr. Roy, how are you? I said, I'm here to meet Mr. D or whatever. Okay, let's give him a name, Mr. D. He said, is Mr. D expecting you? I said, yeah, he's expecting. Then he called up and then he said, just have a seat there. Okay, fine. I thought he's coming down because sometimes he used to come to personally, take me up there. So finally, I waited, and finally he came down, and he came with a big box. Okay, yeah, if you have seen my video, you'll remember this. He came with a big carton, brown, and he said, "Mr. D has took his name. Mr. D has given this for you, and he wishes you all the best." I said, "He's not free." He said, "No, he's very busy right now." And that was the first time he actually told me that he's very busy even after calling me. It's like, oh, I was expecting like, wow, such a big box must be really something like I was really excited, thinking that this is going to be something really big, because he's a multi-millionaire. Finally, very excitedly, I took the box and, I was going through a tough time. I was like, I just wanted some financial help, but here is give me a big box. Maybe it'll be, I don't know what, but I was like, this must be really something. It was heavy. Took the box, sat in the car. Once I sat in the car, which was parked some distance away, I finally opened it. This multi-millionaire guy who called me his friend, a brother, whatever, took me wherever. You'll not believe what was in the box. I opened the box and there I saw, like this. You can see this. Wait, one second. Let me see. Okay, you can see this. Oh, Lay's. Okay, like this crisps and juice, orange juice, biscuits. Yeah, I remember biscuits also. Box of biscuits, multiple box. It actually put all this in the box and given it to me. A carton of orange juice, different, like for children to drink, chips, and biscuits. I was, I was like, what the fuck is this? I couldn't believe it. I mean, he treated me as if I was some like beggar. And like, when you give to poor labor camps, you give them some chips or juice to drink when they are hungry. This is what he gave me. I just kept quiet. I really kept quiet. And I'll tell you, I took that box of chips and everything else and I gave it to some labor camp that was on the way when I was driving back. I drove a little bit out of the way, dropped it there. And that really made me like, fuck, wow. The guy, remember this. There were people who even give me $50 or $100 or whatever. You can even say no. You can even say, I'm sorry, I'm not in a position to help you, or I don't want to help you. I don't mind that. But this was like, what the fuck, yeah. See, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but I mean, you give a word, or at least be transparent enough to say, I prefer not to help you, or I choose not to help you. I strictly want it. You give me value, I'll give you value. That also would be fine. All right. So the last and final example is one that I'm pretty sure you'll be able to relate, and it is those people who always take the name of God 10 times in every sentence. Like for example, they'll say, "Brother, Jesus will bless you," or "Jesus is there for you." Jesus, oh, praise Jesus, or Jesus, Jesus. Like same way. This guy, he was a Muslim. He is a Muslim, still is a Muslim, Indian Muslim. Every sentence, Allah, 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 this, Allah Ta'ala, and Allah, Allah Khali, Allah, Allah. Everything was Allah, Allah. And not that he was a bad guy, not that he was fake, but he has too much of Allah in every sentence. He would give me the verses of the Quran. He would read the Quran to me. He even wanted me to be a Muslim. Okay. He wanted me to convert. He wanted me to remove the tattoos and become like God's angel, preacher, whatever. I don't know how that would work. How can you remove all these tattoos? And he said he would literally pay and get all this removed. I was like, no, no thanks. He wanted me to maybe be his working partner for one of his business, ventures or whatever. So it was a trustworthy relationship. Okay, and I knew him for very many years. There were things I did for him in terms of branding, in terms of coaching, whatever. And he did offer me good money. He was, he would pay me handsomely. And here also, he always told me, anytime you need anything, Lloyd, there for you. Okay, fine. So once again, when I was leaving for Thailand, so he came to know, I told him, he was among the first few people whom I told I'm going to Thailand. He didn't want me to go to Thailand. Instead, he wanted me to go to India. He would take care of everything, expenses. He would even give me a place to stay. He would even set up. He wanted like a business idea. I'd be the working partner. He would be the investing partner, and obviously show results. But I declined the offer because that's not something I wanted to do. I wanted to be true to my brand. Okay, so fine. And remember, this is a guy who had a complete working relationship, and we knew each other. I used to go to his house to eat food. He used to call me out like family. So now here I'm going to Thailand, and he knows it. So finally, I did tell him that, remember, he's a rich guy, very, very rich guy. I told him that I just needed his help, and if you could give me anything, even $10, $50, whatever, for a guy who would pay me handsomely when I'd give him a service, he said, right, not an issue, anytime, I'll give you. And he said yes. Just keep that in mind. He said yes. Okay. So I was like, really appreciate. I told him, he told me, just tell me how much you need before you go. Okay, that means right before I leave, tell him how much I need. I was like, okay, totally fine. Now here is a guy whom I'm expecting, say, 10, 50, $100. Instead, he tells me, you tell me exactly how much you need, I'll give you that. Okay, maybe he wanted me to pay him back, which was totally fine. Okay. On the day that I really needed, I was about to leave, few days more to Thailand, leaving. I called him. Guess what? He didn't pick up the phone. Okay. Tried again, some other time, didn't pick up the phone. One, two, three, four, five, six. Kept trying, trying, trying. Finally, I was like, is he ignoring my call? The guy who knows me from so many years, is he ignoring my call? Couldn't be. I was like, no fucking way, man. Finally, I called him from another phone, another person's phone, and he picked up. And straight away I asked him, I said, why the hell are you ignoring my call, man? I said, come on. Like, we know each other. Why do you have to? Loy, listen. And he was very rude. Huh? I'm not here to take your bullshit and your calls and for charity and this and that. Okay. I have other things to do. I said, it just relax. All I asked is, why are you ignoring my calls? Like, I called you from another phone. I was calling from my phone, you never picked up. You can just tell me you don't want to help me. You can say, no, I totally understand. You're the one who told me, you tell me what amount. So I'm following your instructions. He's like, this is not working out, Loy. I'm not here to help beggars who want charity, this thing. Ours is a business relationship. If you're useful, fine. If you're not used, I don't do charity. For a guy who speaks so much about God and all that, I just told him, look, we have always had a great relationship. Fine. We have had a perfect relationship. If you couldn't help me, you should just say no. I understand. I just followed your instructions. But having said that, I don't have any, bad hurt feelings or anything against you. I just wish you'd be more honest with me about it. It's like, I don't owe you anything. Okay, stop lecturing me. You gave me a couple of nice little adjectives. Bye bye. Okay. Now, this is not to hit on, say, a Muslim, or this is not to hit on, let's say, he's a bad person. I just wish he had, you know, been realistic with the expectations. I don't know what he was thinking. Now, it's not to say only Muslims did it. I have had a Hindu friend who does charity. Charity, actual charity helps everyone. And I've even helped him in these campaigns, but he refused to help me. There also, his tone changed. Christians, though, my whole community, well, I guess the only thing they helped me was Jesus will help you. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Oh, you're always in need. I've made many, many mistakes in life. Made many mistakes in life. I'm giving you 50 years of my life compressed into these few examples. Okay. Now, that is not to say all friends are bad. This is not to say everyone is evil. This is not to say I am an angel and they are devils. No. Maybe, like I told you before, maybe I'm a bad guy. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm of no use to anyone. Maybe, whatever. And yes, that is exactly also what I do with people. I tell them, no charity. Sorry, I don't do anything for free. But the only difference is when someone gives you sweet talk, when someone promises you the sun, moon, and stars, when someone tells you, I'm your brother, I'm there for you, ready to die for you, you need anything, you come to me. And you put your guard down and you believe them and you trust them and you love them, then it's a different ballgame. If you set the expectations right in the beginning, then there's no misunderstanding, right? It's like, remember the examples I gave you right at the beginning where these people cheated the business partner. They cheated in terms of the, um, you know, cheating on their spouse or their wife or their girlfriend. If you give your word, you keep it. Don't act what you're not. Don't promise what you want. Like even that guy who told me big things about the agency. Why are you telling me what you can't deliver? So that is why I'm very careful when I communicate with my clients or my wife or my kid. I give them the word that I can keep, others I don't. Because if you value your words now, I'll tell you, it goes a long way off. So, bottom line, what I want to tell you through this video is be careful whom you call as friends. Be careful what you expect out of them. And most important of all, it's better not to be dependent on any friend because, like that guy, that multimillionaire, why he chose not to help me is because now he knows I'm of no use to him. I'm going to Thailand. So why should he be bothered? When I was there, he knew I'd be of some use. So he was helping me. So how did he bundle me off? Give me the chips and all that. This guy, Mohammed, maybe he just wanted I scratch your back, you scratch mine, which I would be perfectly fine. But then he gave all those emotional words, which I fell for. So I hope you got some worthwhile, valuable lessons from this. But keep in mind, when days are good, when you have money, when you're successful, everybody will kiss your ass, blow hot air, give you sweet words. But the minute you test them or the minute, especially money, you ask them, finish. That is why it's very clear. It's very important to be very clear with your communication, very clear with the expectations, and you should know where to draw the line. So that is why for me, I'm very explicit with what kind of friendship I can offer because I remember these examples. And that's the same thing I practice with my wife, my kid, and everyone around. Hope this video gave you something of value, good, bad, ugly. Love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free. This is me signing off. Take care.